everyone. I am Tara, and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel, Spirit Mother, Teachings of Going Within. Today, I'm going to talk about cutting the umbilical cord, and I will explain why I chose this topic. Today, I was driving with someone, and I do a lot of thinking, and I have a lot of epiphanies. And I am going to say about this series again, Once Upon a Time. I watch it because I actually get insight into it. And it's a lot to do with the fact that I resonate with it, and I totally understand what it is telling us all. It's part of it is part of the oneness, okay? And it kind of, the umbilical cord is what connects you to the mother. Okay, so sorry. There's a lot of tension right here. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so today I was driving, and it was just coming in my head, because a lot of things come in my head because, like I said, they're epiphanies, and it's telling us something. Okay, so I was just thinking about the umbilical cord, and I was wondering why, because this part in the series Once Upon a Time, Matrix is glitching. How do I know? The train. It happens every time I'm making a shift or what have you. In one of the episodes, okay, it has to do. Aladdin is brought into it. Okay, Aladdin was considered a savior. Okay, in his realm. Now, there was also Jekyll and Hyde, okay? Whereas Dr. Jekyll created a serum that if you drink it, it will separate your evil dark side from your calm light side, okay? So what happened was the evil queen, Regina, okay, and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, okay? Do I believe this stuff? You're friggin' right, I do. Now, they drank the serum. She drank the serum, and when she drank the serum, the darker the evil queen come out of her body, almost like an exorcism. It's bringing it out of the body, the darkness, right? Okay. And we have it's when I watched that and I seen it happen, I was looking, and like, now that I think back, I understand. Okay. And further in further on in this part of the series, there became a magical scissors. Okay. And we have what they call a destiny thread or a destiny ribbon. Hence the human umbilical cord. Umbilical cord. No such thing as coincidence, it's just synchronicities. And they do show us on these programs and TV shows because they have to. They put it right in your face. But when they put it right in your face, we're told, well, this is not real. This is fiction. This is fantasy, what have you. Well, it's actually real. Think I'm crazy? All the power to you. I know I'm not. So when I watched that, what ended up happening, because it had about Rumpel and his mother, and the mother wanted to cut him from his destiny. So she was cutting this ribbon, this string, what have you. Okay, it's the bond from the mother to the child. The blood. It feeds from your blood, and the nourishment from your blood. Okay, so what ended up happening is they cut the ribbon. Well, what do they do with the umbilical cord? Even before the placenta, they cut the cord. So they cut the attachment to the mother. And then they take and they put the baby, sometimes they just take the baby and put him right on a bottle. Okay. In some hospitals, they don't even show you or teach you how to breastfeed, which breastfeeding is a natural thing. We're supposed to be doing that. And if you're wondering about the formula, because it's like hard to find or stuff like that, it's because it was never natural. It was a way to take the bond from the mother and the child, the same as the umbilical cord, which is your destiny line. Your attachment to mother. So what I did today, because I look up a lot of things when something comes to my mind. A lot of times I'll look it up, or if it's brought to my attention something, I'll look it up. And when I looked it up, I looked up, why do we cut the umbilical cord after giving birth? And it says, this is the first part of it. Throughout a pregnancy, the umbilical cord carries important nutrition and blood from the mother to the baby. After birth, a clamp is put on the cord. Well, we all know that. And it is cut so the baby is no longer attached to the placenta. Well, the placenta is its food source. The blood, getting the blood into the baby, the mother's blood. So when I look down from that, it says delay cutting the umbilical cord, doctors recommend. Okay, that was in 2017 that was written. Okay. And when I'll go on that because I didn't really read it, but they're saying like refrain from doing it. So say a miracle happened, which miracles are known to happen. If I were ever to have another baby, I'd be telling them, no, you're not cutting the umbilical cord right now. My baby's going to get all the nourishment, because they cut the umbilical cord and then you got to push the placenta out. Okay? But that's the baby's food source. Think of, I'm going to say, think of the animal kingdom. Okay? Animals. Okay? What happens when the mother gives birth to their babies? There's no umbilical cord cut. They give birth. The umbilical cord is left on the baby while the mother cleans the baby all off, and then the mother eats it. Yeah, that would be gross, and I'm not saying go eat your baby's placenta. Okay? Because the animals do it to get the nourishment back in their body. Okay? So the umbilical cord is the connection to the mother, the grounding, the blood flow, the oneness. So it's like once we cut that cord, it's a separate entity. It's a separate being, right? So we're actually cutting our ties, and I'll say it, and someone may say to me, "Oh, well, lady, you really need to wake up, like shake your head for once." But I have been shaking my head, and every time I have these epiphanies, it's like, whoa, holy crap, we're in for a ride. It's wake up, I'm waking up, holy shit. But it's a holy shift. Okay, so this umbilical cord thing, it's the bond to the mother. And when you cut that bond, figure out, okay, some mothers, they have that bond all throughout, but some mothers, it's like that bond is gone because it's cut off. And it's cut off too soon. Okay, they can leave that placenta attached to the baby so the baby can get the afters. We're actually supposed to be having natural births too. We're not supposed to be cut open and our baby's taken out this way because they're not getting the bacteria that they require because they're taking the baby out the belly. So they're not going through the natural canal, which produces all of the bacteria that the baby's body gets used to. Don't believe me? Look it up. Deskereto dashkren, because do they at the way. Se la careta te grabando kuriamo te ai. Si tuye. They say ground. People's heard people say grounding. Ground to the earth. Ground to Mother Earth. Attach yourself back to Mother Earth. Attach yourself back to the mother. Because it's like we get separated. When a mother is having a baby, what's happening, and people say, you're freaking out to lunch, lady, but we're giving birth to ourselves. These guys, yeah, crash, come on, cry. This cry. That's like a level up, and sometimes it's because there's something that just doesn't like that. So it's like, what are you doing telling them that? Just get, come back to oneness, come back to the mother, come back to the center, come back to the whole. We are each other. You are the mother, you are the father, you are the son, you are the daughter. Deskia, you are yourself. You give birth to yourself. I had somebody ask me today, and I actually had somebody tell me some of the languages that I was speaking. She told me that when I spoke a few times, once it was Hebrew, and once it was Slovakian. I may not be pronouncing it right, but I think you all understand. It's considered some as Old Norse. Okay, I was told. Well, I did speak Ukraine to a woman one day. And I do know that I'm speaking these languages, and I don't always know what it is because sometimes it all comes in sort of at the same time, like right on top of each other. Okay, I had someone say, well, how you speak in different languages, it all sounds the same. Well, it may all sound the same, but the English language was never really normal. That's why it's so hard to learn. It's like, okay, I had some people call it tongues. I even had a woman tell me that in one of my lifetimes, like you find out like different lifetimes of what you were. Like I said before, it's not that I'm a religious person, but spiritually connected. I'm spiritually connected to all of the religions, because when you really look at it, it all comes back to the same thing. Only, like I said, we're seeing it in different timelines, realms, dimensions, what have you. Okay? So I guess what I'm saying is some people may not like me for this, and that's okay. No religion is any different than the other. If you really go back and you look at the story, you look at the storyline, which stories are actual lives. It's a story being told of someone's true life. The true truth is coming out, and there's a lot of scrambling, okay, because there's a lot of AI that's interfering, and it's keeping people going this way and that way and keeping them confused from themselves, from love, from the oneness, from the connection, from me to you, from you to yourself, from you to your sister, from you to your brother, to your mother, to your father, because you are them. It's the oneness. It's all connected. Okay? So if I were to have another baby, they'd be keeping the umbilical cord on for a while. Okay? For decades, experts have argued over when to clamp and cut newborns' umbilical cord after birth. Now, more health organizations are beginning to recommend delayed cord clamping. The American Congress of Obstetricians and Gynecologists has become one of the largest to advise medical professionals to wait at least 30 to 60 seconds before clamping and cutting. Okay, but the longer you can go, the more nourishment. Like if I were to do it, I'd be saying, okay, I want you, when my baby is born, I want you to take my baby and lay it on my belly and let me push that umbilical cord or that placenta out, because it's part of the baby. It's part of the mother. And the longer it stays attached, the more nourishment it continues to receive while it's been brought into, as they call it, a hostile environment. Tik miskamatani akan ni kala ekale kalaka si kidu ang suneka me anoya sute kopalei si tui kaset simika noi si pututi asse sulea suria kum mingo magaina. You okay? Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, it's it's a release. Yup. Let it go up. It's the kundalini, and the energy is moving up through the body to the universe. Mikole sanuya shalea suya suya kaya kibiledo ya namakaya nukwana Siana, Shle, Kopaya, Reoya, Suye. Yeah, it's jolting. They ski. Hang in there. I am. Here come. I go here, Darius. He's so the Thank you. Yes, son. He's sweet and I'm a caramo. Yeah. He's sulet that I do durian. The Tukuria Nami do it. It seems and does appear and seem pretty trippy for me sometimes. And it's like when it happens, it can seem that it's overwhelming, and some people would look, well, I don't want to do that. Well, okay, we're not all here to do the same thing. We all have different abilities. We're all here for different reasons and different aspects to help each other through this. They sketa läskligen igen. Kan kota sa sin synda häsele etupela och going. Como se duskres i nungo dai dai le petitui e sai sutia ka asunuma ka tai due. Tele dodulia ele kligo numigria talumigria. Okay, what's happening is I'm speaking to more than one. Like I know, like sometimes it may seem that like nobody's watching, but I know that people are. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Okay, and it's what's happening is I am enlightened. And when you become enlightened, it does appear to be really hard, and it's like, oh my gosh, like holy crap, right? And sometimes you feel like you're going crazy, sometimes you feel like you're insane, and sometimes you're looking around and it's like, what the, it don't seem real. I had somebody the other day who was talking, and it came out of their mouth like they said, like, it's not real. The news, it's not real. That's not real news. It's like freaking watching like WWE or something like that. They're all actors. It's not real. It keeps people on their seats in anticipation. Well, the people who have the truth aren't the people that's going on the news. It's the people who's actually living through the experience, who's experienced it, who is actually truly witnessing things. And everybody's witnessing it. But sometimes there's stuff that's just so hard to comprehend and fathom that it makes it unbelievable. Even when it's right in your face, you're still like, you're in disbelief because you've been told that if you believe something like that, you have a mental health issue like schizophrenia, psychosis, or what have you. When you let negative, darker energies take over, like you know that something is going on with your body, and there's people out there that can actually help you understand it because they've gone through it themselves. Whereas there's others that they want to go to school and get this certificate because they've read it in a friggin' book, but they've never experienced it themselves. So they don't have a clue what you're saying. They're just going by a book that says, oh, well, this is the diagnosis you give them for this. This is for this, and this is for this. And don't forget to give them this pill because it'll just suppress them and put their feelings back inside them so that they can bottle it all up and have physical pain. That's where it's coming from. It's bottled up and you got it stored in here. And it's just a mental flusterfuck. I always said that I have a mental filing cabinet. Okay, well, when I died in 2019, whoa, my mental filing cabinet just went kapoof. And now, Mother, Father, God the universe. Because Mother Father is the creator. You are a creator of your own universe. You are the universe. You are the planets. You are the stars. You are the galaxies. You are the ground. You are the earth. You are the trees. You are the flowers. You are everything. You have every bit of all the DNA in you, even before they started injecting you with stuff. You were made from the mother. Ah, whoa. You hurt me, you're only hurting yourself. It's an energy right here, and it's like it's attacking. It's going right here, and it's just like trying to. Ooh, whoa! Yeah, it's trying to squeeze. It's like, but it's like okay, the Queen of Hearts. Okay, the evil queen's mother was considered the Queen of Hearts, and she would take the hearts, and if you didn't obey, she would crush your heart. Because she had no heart herself. She took, in that aspect, she took her own heart out. She cut herself off from love. But everyone deserves love, because love is the most powerful magic of all. And people get scared, because sometimes with love we get hurt, and then we get angry, we get bitter, we get upset, and we get more distant from it. Some people don't believe in love, but that's when you need to look at yourself and say, why don't I believe in? What happened? And just because something happens in one aspect of love, it doesn't mean that all love is like that. Because in that aspect, sometimes it wasn't really true love. Because true love comes from here first. It comes within your heart. And when you give the power to someone else, like allowing them the power that they've broken your heart, you are the one in control of your heart. Love you. When you love you, you love others. And then that bond is so strong that it's like I use this a lot because it's a very good lesson and a very good way to show it, because in that aspect, okay, the Snow White and her daughter Emma that she sent to a land without magic, they were back in their homeland. Okay, well, the mother was, and the daughter ended up going, and the Queen of Hearts was there. Well, the Queen of Hearts went to the daughter. She was going to rip out the mother's heart, Snow White's heart, but when she was going to rip out Snow White's heart, the daughter jumped in, and the hand went through the daughter to grab her heart, and the Queen of Hearts, she looked at her and she said, "You stupid girl, love is weakness." And like she was trying to pull the heart out, and was like, "What's going on?" And then the daughter, she looks up, she looks and she sees that she can't take her heart, and she looks up and she goes, love is strength. And when she said love is strength, well, it blew the Queen of Hearts right back. Love is powerful. And when you bring your heart back to you, because home is where the heart is, and your heart is within you, so you are your own home. It's bringing yourself back together. It's like you're a puzzle, and your puzzle pieces are all over the place. We get cut off. So pieces of us, we just go everywhere. And now when we go within ourselves, we're putting those pieces back. We're putting our mirror back together. We're putting our self, our reflection back together. We're bringing ourselves back to a whole, back to the center of the earth. Diskito dayasrai. Ikuto dayasana. Diskolea kumuketa imukuriai. Bikito toyasara asioi. Bikito ne. Telele kriata taikutui. Heaven and earth, and the center is the sun. The heart is the sun. It's the warmth. It heats us all up. It expands us, enlightens us. This helps you see. This helps you feel, instinct, intuition. It's all connected. The brains. The third brain is the centaur. Terieske. Takrieta. Mushkleatwe. Sikurueng. Skuriaya sai. Bad energy down, and then we're expanding the kundalini. It's moving. We're having pains, and we're having jolts, and we're having tears just happen. And when that happens, what it is it's releasing energy. Today I was sitting upstairs, and I feel people very, very intensely. I can feel when somebody has just woken up, or just woken up, awake, and they're crying, and some people I can literally, it's like I'm feeling them just bang their head off a wall because they're trying to fathom and comprehend what is happening, because things are just like, how do I explain it? Things seem to be like a cluster of chaos right now. But the more you feed into that chaos, the more chaotic it becomes. So it's being able to look in the center, going, okay, it's like seeing everything around for what it really is, but going into the center and seeing the truth. It comes in. Letting go of the hurt, the pain, the fear, the anger, the frustration, the judgment. Because It is true. When we judge other people, we're actually judging an aspect of ourselves, even when we're not aware of it. Because I see people, and I done it myself, because we don't totally realize it at that time, because it's like, well, people did it to me. And sometimes it's kind of the same, and it's actually the God aspect of it is like, do unto others as you would want others to do unto you. And when you start having this happen to you, you actually feel the energy moving through your body. It's like you get dizzy, and they call it vertigo. Well, it's because your body's shifting. You're feeling the earth move. You are the earth. You're connected. You're connected to the mother. Am I correct, Tanai? Suyasai. Sukuleta le going. And I still scream. I start crying. And then I got to tell people, like, I'm connected with somebody right now. So that's why I'm crying. And some, they'll say, like, you got to protect your energy. I do protect my energy. And I do feel when something's coming in to someone else. I feel the changes. I see the changes. It's being aware, being observant, not overthinking, just seeing it for what it really is. And every time we watch something, it's like, if it don't make sense, then it's because it's not real. Or it's just it's like somebody making a mountain out of a molehill to make people afraid. It's like the do as I say, not as I do. But that's not what we're supposed to be doing. There's a lot of changes going on, and some people aren't seeing it because they're not seeing it because they're glued to a television set, watching the news, watching the gossip. I told people before that, excuse me, that a lot of this stuff is propaganda. It's using it against the people, and they've been doing this for years. There was a thing, somebody brought it to my attention today. They were talking about AI. I can tell when AI has shifted, when it's went from the person to AI. I can tell. And you probably can too, only you're not, you know, something is just like, what just happened there? I watched somebody and they were acting one way, and then it was like a glitch. And then it kind of come back and it was totally someone different. Because AI will use it to manipulate you, to turn you against one another. It's like they took what they said was considered friendly competition, and they turned it into, well, here, we'll give you shit piles of money. Put on a show. Fight with each other. What was it? Those two skaters, one busted the other one? Busted the legs? Right? You see in hockey with the young kids, they're fighting. And some of the parents are condoning it. What is wrong with that picture? We have our kids wanting to go and be these famous people, and the first aspect of it is it's not always about the fame, being seen for being a good player. It's a lot of it is about the money. And it was always supposed to be about fun. And it may seem that I got on a tangent, but it wasn't a tangent. It was all about the separation, the connection, the oneness. The not worrying about who's better at what, because you're all good at we're all you. Yeah, you're all good at something. We're all good at something. Just because we're not good at something that one person's good at, it doesn't make us not good at it. We just have no interest in it. It's not who we are. It's not part of us. It's not what we're about. It's not what we want. It's not who we are, and that's okay. And sometimes it's because our parents want us to be what they weren't. And that's not fair. It's not fair to the child, and it's not fair to the parent, because maybe that person had it done to them. It's like when we're parents, we're supposed to allow our kids to grow up and be who and what they want to be, what they want to do. And we're supposed to encourage them. We're not supposed to say, well, we don't we don't think you should do that because you don't make much money at that, and you need this to live and you need that to live. Well, I'm here to tell you, all you need to live is food, clothes, and shelter and warmth. The rest of the stuff, it's not a necessity. It's a luxury. And I'm not saying it's wrong to have luxuries, because everybody likes to have and sit on and sleep on something comfortable. I have stuff around my house, and I said it reminds me of who I am, where I come from, how I'm growing. I look around and I see like how far I've come, how much I've grown, how less chaotic my place is. People will walk into my house and it's just they love the energy flow. It's feng shui. That is get the time. So it all does come back to our destiny and the umbilical cord. So it's bringing yourself back to the mother. Being connected with both mother and father, but always remembering that there's always that bond to the mother through the heartbeat. Because when they're in the room, they're always hearing the heartbeat, the center of the earth. Nikalash kuliana kuriata, kibitutoe sui. Situye sana, equeshkala sui. Tikitutuia tale. Tikuskumoi kieltä numitia tai. So my message today is find that connection again. And the way you're going to find it is through the heart. Step away from the TV, the electronics. I know it's like, well, I need it for my work, or I need it for this. It's think about how stressed, how disconnected from real life, from family, from nature, and most importantly, how disconnected have you become from yourself because you glued yourself to an electronic? Diskiri moniana, pikituiesklei, iskuno eskrata esutui. I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings. Most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting and willing to receive it. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be your authentic self. Stay strong, because I know you are. Always be kind to yourself and to others. Remember, never give up and always keep going, because you are never alone. Ask for guidance, ask for help, and it will come. I love you all. Sorry, I got a bit of tears in my eyes, so it kind of messed me up for seeing this. Kikue!